think they fell short on the defensive side of the ball at that end of the floor. I think had they played a little tougher, a more cohesive game when they didn't have the orange, they would have had a bigger game than they did. Can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
Here's Barbosa, and good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the contact and a chance for one more.
First personal foul, team's first. At the line for the Raptors,
and he makes the free throw. Fans of the Celtics, they've built such a rapport with their franchise. Each generation, it seems, to grow, and Boston now is a veteran team. You know, frankly, though, one of the older teams in the NBA.
Absolutely, Kevin, and there were a lot of questions about if their window might be passed or closing. I think the way they played in May answered all of those questions, though. They still are a championship caliber team and can turn it on when they need to.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to Allen. Jacks up the triple. Shot's good. Allen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Calderon against Rondo. Here's the eraser. He's coming off a 40-point game against Houston. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kept alive. Here's Maxiel. Connects from in close. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Doing a great job here, able to create some second chance points with their extra effort and hustle.
Here's Allen. Again, Allen missing. Raptors leading by 6. Let's loose for 3. Barbosa's shot is off. And it's the Celtics with the ball. They trail by 6. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
No surprises last year. This team did not pose much of a threat.
They were brutal. Here is Calderon. He's coming off a 13-point game against Houston. Now Bargnani. Connects on the baseline jumper.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
Here comes Rajon Rondo. These two teams, Clark, just really playing on different levels.
They really were, Kevin. The outcomes were rarely in doubt. A clean sweep, simply said.
Kevin Garnett, the big-ticket KG, Clark, where do you start on his list of accomplishments?
Well, I think knowing how competitive he is, Kevin, I'm sure if you asked him, he'd start with the championship. He's a surefire Hall of Famer, 04 MVP, 13-time NBA All-Star, first ballot Hall of Famer.
What a heart, huh?
Yep.
And the Celtics making a change here. O'Neal's checked in, and so he makes both from the line. Here is Calderon, right now averaging 11 points a game. Maxiel with it. Now Garnett defending. Just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And then Pierce with the dunk. And Clark, you mentioned KG's fire, his competitive drive after coming to the NBA so long and playing for so well over so many years. How good do you think it feels for him to add that title, NBA champion, to his resume?
Well, beyond words, probably, Kevin. I mean, that's the ultimate for anybody playing a team sport, and he's been one of the best, a leader, a winner, and a champion. A pretty finish right there, Kevin. Take it up and then throw that thing down.
He didn't have to make it special, just get the job done.
That's right, keep it simple.
Rondo against Calderon. Here's the eraser. Blocked. Here are the Celtics with the ball, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. You'd better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. As you take a look at Rondo, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in a assists.
Well, this kind of ball distribution is necessary for a team to succeed now and later in the season. If he can keep it up, I think more guys on the squad will get involved and produce at a higher level.
Calderon against Rondo. Here's the eraser, averaging 18 points a game. 2:03 left in the first. Here's Allen. Buries the teardrop layup. Allen's got 5.
That was one of those nice little teardrops that looks like it doesn't have a prayer and then softly drops right in.
Here is Calderon, the eraser. And that time, also a missed shot. From the wing, Allen's shot is off.
He hasn't been able to get on track here.
Toronto trailing. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
They came up short when it came to glass eating, doing work on the board. It's so important to establish that inside game early on. They definitely were outmatched in that area.
And here are the Celtics now. The Raptors getting the bucket. Back to Pierce. Bargnani grabs the board. And so here is Toronto. Calderon passes to Bargnani. For 3. Garnett grabs the board.
An outstanding pick there, and he still couldn't get the basket. Next time he gets a look that good, he's got to make it count.
Hits it, and with the blocking foul, he'll have a chance for one more.
Great assist on.
And the Celtics making a change here. Here's the eraser. The eraser in at point guard. Bargnani is out there with Jason Maxiell. Then it's Wallace and DeRozan. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's the eraser. Launches it. Gets the bucket. He has 6.
For a player of his skill, it's going to take a lot better defense than that.
Boston trailing. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Rajon Rondo is quickly winning converts around the league. One of the Celtics' all-time greats, Bob Cousy, the Houdini of the hardwood, had this to say about him. To me, the kid has every base covered in terms of responsibilities for a point guard. People talk about the big 3, but this is the big one. The sky is the limit as far as I can see. He's the real deal. High praise, Kevin.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. And it's the Celtics with the ball. Raptors knocking down the tray. Robinson for 3. Kept alive. Outside Pierce. A second chance effort. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
One of the ways where they've shown a definite edge, Kevin, has come on the glass today.
Bargnani against Garnett. Fires the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple. Here's Rondo. 6 points for him. Now a timeout called by Boston. Here is Robinson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City. Pass to Rondo. Back to Robinson. He dumps it off. Here's Garnett. On the mark with the fadeaway. Garnett's got 10 points in the game.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Wallace defended by Shaq. Here's the eraser. The steal.
It's been a tough quarter right now. They can't seem to get into any kind of rhythm or flow. They just keep giving the ball away.
Just much too sloppy play so far. Here is Robinson after the Raptors pick up 2. Great anticipation. It's one-on-one. DeRozan. Robinson picks him up. It's blocked. Just over 5 minutes left in the half. These Raptors, Clark, they couldn't sneak into the playoffs at the end of last season. They were right there, were in prime position, but they just could not finish the deal.
And you know, Chris Bosh called out the team's effort down the stretch. He just wasn't pleased at all with the lack of intensity that they played those games with.
And here's Bargnani. Here's Wallace, blocked. Celtics trail by 5. Robinson kicks to Garnett. It's blocked. Here's the eraser, guarded by Robinson. Maxiell, the pass to Wallace. Here's the eraser. Guarded by Robinson. Back to Wallace. Clock at 4. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Here's the eraser. And the Raptors miss again.
Smart D forced him into taking that mid-range jump shot, and as you might expect, he wasn't able to knock it down.
Robinson kicks to Shaq. Passes it back from downtown. And it's Robinson that time on the assist by Shaq. Robinson's got his first 3 points of the game. From down low, and it's Maxiell, no good. It's tipped.
He knew exactly where the ball was going and got a hand on it.
And Pierce pulls it down. Backing down is Maxiell. Now Pierce defending. And the basket by Maxiell. 12 points for him.
Well, I tell you what, it's not a good sign for the defense if he's getting off.
Time call. Here, the Celtics decide to talk it over. Some changes for Toronto. Ed Davis is checked in for Wallace. Johnson comes in for Jason Maxiell. And it's Barbosa in for DeMar DeRozan. The Celtics also changing it up. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Garnett. Daniels comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Allen in for Nate Robinson.
Hoping to force some turnovers, they've switched to the half-court trap.
Rondo with it. He's got 8. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving. The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
Here's Rondo. And, yep, that falls, and the foul is called. We'll see him shoot one from the free throw line.
Well, how about Rajon Rondo in this one? He's got 10 points and 3 steals. This is something special. I mean, he hasn't missed a single shot.
Rajon Rondo becoming a star. He always seems to step up his game, Clark, come the postseason.
Yeah, he is absolutely terrific. Does it in all categories. He averaged nearly a triple-double in the 2009 playoffs. 17, 10 assists, and almost 10 rebounds a game for Rondo.
He was pretty close to that last year, too.
Yeah.
Turnover by the Raptors. Look now at the Raptors' upcoming schedule. They'll be playing the Celtics. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. A big possession here.
Can they come back to take the lead?
And Shaq backs down. He's guarded by Davis. Goes up. And good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the contact and a chance for one more.
This is what this team is all about here. I mean, they're forcing their way inside, just bulldozing themselves into the paint area, and they're having a lot of success.
Shaq with some nice D. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Rondo, good. Rondo's got 12 in the game.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
Now Bargnani. Here's Johnson. And again, no good by Toronto.
We've seen some good scrambles for rebounds and even a bit of a fight sometimes. That's just good play inside, and that's kept this game close.
Now Bargnani, following Ray Allen's three-point attempt. Takes it up. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. Ray Allen picks one up. The first one falls. The Raptors didn't make the playoffs last season, but more than held their own at home.
Yeah, 25 up and 16 down. That was the 6th best home record in the East. The high-scoring offense combined with support of those rabid fans made them a tough out at home. They've got to get better on the road. They're trying to stir things up to make something happen. They've switched their D to full court press. Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. Right side, Davis. Here's the eraser. He's covered by Daniels. Just 2 to shoot, and Davis gets it to go. And Clark, it's got to be hard for these loyal Toronto fans to see the team's best player, Chris Bosh, leaving free agency.
Well, most definitely, Kevin, and I think the Raptors are going to need some time to recover from that loss. At the same time, this was a team that was no better than solid with Bosh. This gives them an opportunity to renovate the roster and build for bigger and better things, hopefully.
That's a good point. And so here is Toronto after the basket by Boston. And Bargnani backs in, shoots it, and the Raptors tack on 2 more.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Now here's Rondo, 13 feet out, and it's Boston with another.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Bargnani, a screen on Rondo.
Boston foul call. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
I really like the way their offense looks here in the second. They're getting to the line more here than they did in the first quarter.
And the Raptors with some changes. Jason Maxiell's checked in for Bargnani. Dorsey comes in for Ed Davis. And it's DeRozan in for Amir Johnson. Then for the Celtics, Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Perkins. Garnett comes in for Shaq. And Paul Pierce is subbed in for Marquise Daniels. And he can't hit the second.
Had a miss on that trip, but still made this a 2-possession lead. You know, both teams, Kevin, are just about even in terms of giveaways here, so no advantage either way.
Back to Pierce, looking to heat up a bit, and it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Pierce has got 11 points.
This has been a clinic. I mean, here in the second quarter, it's been absolutely fun to watch. They're a step faster, they're playing smarter, they're playing as a team, and they're very sharp in everything they're doing.
Here's DeRozan. Over Pierce. DeRozan's shot is good. 8 points for him. That'll do it for the first half.
Well, how about Rajon Rondo in this one? He's got 13 points, and check out his steals. Very active hand. He's been putting it up, and it's been going down 100% from the floor.
And now the halftime breakdown powered by HP.
And the Celtics making a change here. The Celtics with the lead. On the floor for Boston. Rondo and Allen make up the backcourt. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5. And Pierce.
He's been stroking it from long range all game long. Actually, most of his points have come from beyond the arc.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Guys, Rajon Rondo hinted back in February of last season that there was turmoil in the Celtics locker room. He said every guy had to look in the mirror and had to hold themselves accountable. We've got to be a team with no agendas. In the locker room, you could feel it. You don't feel like it's the same continuity and camaraderie in the locker room as it was the first year. We've got to find a way to get that back. Guys, going into the playoffs, they seem to pull themselves together. We'll see if that continues into this season.
Thank you, Doris. And young Rajon Rondo is spoken.
Kevin, I like what he's doing. I mean, you're the point guard. You're the future of this franchise. He didn't call out anybody specifically. He's just saying we lost something. And now we've got to find a way to get it back.
Here's Barbosa. A missed three. Here comes Paul Pierce. He's got 11. Barbosa picks him up. With the fadeaway, again, Garnett missing.
Well, he faded away on it for no good reason. He shouldn't have made that shot harder than it had to be.
Kept alive. Here's Maxiell. Dropped in on the layup. He's got 16.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
Pass to Garnett. O'Neal with it. Outside Rondo. Here's up top. The jump hook over Maxiel. Scooped up. Blocked. Raptors with the lead. They host the 76ers after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And here's Boston. They haven't trailed by more than 7. Outside Rondo. Here's Allen. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Allen's got 12 in the game. And here's Calderon. Knocked loose. Right around 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Arcs it high. Allen's shot is off. And Toronto has possession. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Ray Allen, even at his age, is still a sight to behold when he takes that jump shot.
Yeah, he really is. He's got one of the sweetest jump shots we've ever seen in the history of the game. As pretty a shot as we'll see. And not just because it looks good, it goes in, too. Well, Kevin, he hasn't had a great game in terms of taking care of the ball and limiting turnovers.
Wallace with the screen on Allen. Off the screen, and the dunk by Wallace.
Nice feed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
Here's Allen. 12 points for him.
They're harassing him for 94 feet with full court man-to-man defense.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And the Raptors making a change here. Bargnani's checked in, and the Celtics making a change here. And here are the Celtics now. Wafer. It kicks high up and in. And the Celtics lead by 2. And here comes Calderon. Here's the eraser. Now Calderon. Here's the eraser. Let's go with the 3. The rebound by Garnett. Here are the Celtics with the ball. The lead is 2. Here's Pierce. And Barbosa pulls it down. One aspect of the Celtics game that has been so strong of late is Clark, their defense. And, you know, they tied the Lakers for 5th best defensive efficiency in the NBA last season. I mean, they've been good for a long time on defense.
Oh! That's just poor defense, Kevin. Somebody's got to get back and defend the basket. Instead, they give up a rack-to-rack finish.
The eraser with the screen. Shoots the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. He's got 20.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket. Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Here is Calderon. About 4.5 minutes left in the third. Here's the eraser. Picked by Bargnani. Here's Maxiel. No good. So Boston will take it the other way. The break is on. Goes up. And Paul Pierce with the slam.
Speed kills after every rebound or bucket. They're pushing it ahead down the floor. They're killing them on the break.
Here's the eraser. He's got 20. Clock at 4. 2 on the clock. And it's Maxiel. No good.
Great defense there. Challenged the path of the shooter, which caused the miss.
Here's Pierce. And it's Boston with another. Here is Calderon. About 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Here's the eraser. Barbosa with it. Now Garnett defending. Just 4 to shoot. They couldn't beat the buzzer. That's a turnover. So both teams making some changes here. Celtics on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. The eraser is in at the point. Ball is out there with Davis. Then there's Marcus Banks and Weems. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Coach is liking what he's seeing from the offense. Rondo. The shot misses. And Toronto the other way. They haven't trailed by more than 7 from deep. And again, Toronto no luck. Celtics leading by 4. Robinson for 3. Banks snatches it inside. Here's the eraser, and off the glass as he lays that one up and in. 22 points for him. It stays here. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Boston Celtics. After this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Here is Robinson. Under 9 minutes left in the 4th. Pass to Rondo. Back to Robinson. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Robinson's got his 2nd basket of the game. Here's the eraser. He's picked up by Rondo. Now here's Wallace. Just 5 to shoot. Weems. Pierce covering. That one may be a little beyond his comfort zone, but he made it count. And here's Rondo. Just one more assist and he'll have the double-double. Inside to Perkins. Robinson for 3. Robinson missing again.
Well, he got 1 to go in the first, but he hasn't been able to connect from three-point land here in this half.
Weems buries the short-range shot.
His agility and soft touch really paid off there. Not many players could have laid that in. Looks like they switched to man-to-man D here.
Rondo passes to Robinson. Steps back and fires. Robinson missing again.
He really needs to hit that consistently, but they'll just keep letting him shoot it. Beautiful pass there to find his man streaking up court.
Celtics trail by 3. Offside Rondo. It's blocked. It stays here. And Toronto turns it over. Raptors leading by 3. Wallace outside. It stays here. Here's the eraser. From deep. Kendrick Perkins grabs the miss.
You know, he can sink it from out there. It didn't happen that time, but at least it's in the back of the defense's mind that he will let it fly from there.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. And so here is Toronto. They've played a great 4th quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Here's the eraser. No good from three-point land. Celtics trail by 3. And it's Robinson that time on the assist by Rondo.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Toronto with the ball. It's a 1-point game. Here's the eraser. The 3. That's good.
Kevin, you can't rest or blink at all on him. He's a dangerous scorer, and you have to know where he is at all times.
Here's Robinson. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
That's really a terrific look inside. Set him up beautifully.
Right side Davis. It's stolen by Rondo. And here are the Celtics now. Trailing by 2. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's right, fella. Don't be afraid to power it down.
Yeah, Clark, a good camper at the end of that play. Takes the 3. Perkins pulls it in. The Celtics with a chance to retake the lead. Here's Robinson. Robinson missing again.
I'm not sure why he faded away there, Kevin. The D wasn't really in a position to affect that shot.
Here's the eraser. Wallace with a screen on Rondo. Off the pick and the dunk by Wallace.
That's how you do it. That was a nice setup. I mean, the pick was in the right place, right where it should have been.
Followed the strategy that is mapped out on the sideline. Those timeouts mean a lot for these guys.
Yes, they do. Those leaning jumpers can be very difficult to make. He kept his concentration, though, and buried it.
Turnover by the Raptors.
Sometimes you just don't connect. They can't dwell on it. They've got to move on and just D up and get it back.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here comes Paul Pierce. Outside Rondo. It's good.
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Toronto trailing. And here's Calderon. Leads him with the pass. Maxiel. About 4.5 minutes left in the game. Rondo dishes to Pierce from 11 feet away. And it's the Raptors' ball. They haven't trailed by more than 7. Now Allen running out of time. Pass to Pierce. And Bargnani picks him up defensively. Here's Allen. Fires from the elbow. Kept alive. Here is Calderon. The eraser sets a pick. Dumps it off from downtown. The shot no good. Good D by Rondo. Inside. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Pierce.
Way to distribute the basketball.
And the Raptors call time. Here. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message the Raptors coach was giving to his team. He was pretty fed up, no question. He told them, hey, the turnovers are killing us. You cannot play 1-on-5. We got to run our plays and get a good shot each time down the floor. Kevin will keep an eye out for it.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
Here's Shaq. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And the Celtics lead by 8. Here's Maxiel. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Here's Allen. Celtics on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. Pass to Garnett. Working on Maxiel. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Allen.
I'm not a big fan of the fadeaway in that situation, but he drained it. Nice shot.
And Bargnani backs in. Garnett against Maxiel, and he lays that one up and in for 2. 20 points for him.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Now here's Rondo. Back to Allen. Got a piece of it.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Can't hit the three-pointer. Celtics leading by 6. And Bargnani picks him up defensively. All alone. Scooped up. O'Neal. And a great second effort right there.
Snares the offensive rebound and sends it home.
And the Raptors call time here. They're down by 8. 1:56 left in the fourth. Took too long inbounding the ball. That's a 5-second violation.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Good opportunity here.
And they've got a chance to push it to double digits.
Here's Pierce. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 19 points for Paul Pierce. Here's the eraser. And again, Toronto no luck.
That shot didn't have a chance. He doesn't have the softest touch, and the defense was in his jersey. Got to look for a better shot.
Rondo against Calderon. Blocked.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
Here's the eraser. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. 30 points in the game. Here's Allen. 1:16 left in the game. Garnett backing down. Allen inside. Lets it go from the wing. There's Pierce. That's good on the assist by Allen. 21 points for Paul Pierce. Here's Bargnani. Off from three-point land.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this quarter, and he really doesn't look like himself out there. I think they've sealed this one. Not enough time left to mount a comeback.
Here is Calderon. 43 seconds left to the fourth. The tray. That's good. 33 points for him. Here's Allen. And so there's the intentional foul. Here's Rondo. Off target on the first. Sinks the second, and that'll give him a 9-point lead.
He didn't get them all, but I think he still put this game out of reach, Kevin.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's the eraser. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team it. That's your only hope.
And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball.
They had the foul, but he's the last guy you want to put on the line. He doesn't miss often.
Gets the first. That makes it a 7-point lead. Perfect from the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. 17 seconds left in the game. Mark, what do you think?
They're going to talk strategy or perhaps what's on the dinner menu tonight. Because this one is really about over. They have no chance of winning this game.
Here is Calderon. Off the inbound pass. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett. Rondo with it. Defended by Bargnani. The eraser gets the reach-in call. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, will be headed to the free throw line. Good on the first, and that'll give him a 9-point lead. Off on the second. Heaves up a prayer.
It has just been announced that you have been named the Conference Player of the Week for the past week. This is the first time you've received this award. Can we expect more of this from you in the future?
I had a feeling I was going to get this award this week. They've been overlooking me for far too long. If I keep playing like this, I don't see why I can't keep on winning these awards. I love it when the fans get behind me and go crazy. That gets me pumped, man. Our fans here are wild.